Working Monday, brought to you by the Jurong Church of Christ. All of us have various tasks to do daily, and some involve more preparation and a longer time to prepare. There are times whereby we can fulfill the tasks with great confidence because we were diligent in our preparations, or we may have the experience in what we need to do. For example, a student may walk into the exam hall with great confidence because he knows the subject material well and has spent sufficient time studying. Yet, there are also times in which there is last minute marking or not knowing the content well enough that will lead to panic. In such situations, one would wish that one had started preparations early. This also applies to teaching and the preaching that we do, and in fact, all things we undertake. The word diligent gives the sense that one is constant in effort or exertion to accomplish what is undertaken. Attentive, industrious, not idle, or negligent, as defined by Webster. The Bible speaks of the need to be diligent, and we will consider the example of the ant given in Proverbs 6 to 8, whereby we will be able to understand the need to be wise, to be self-driven, and to be well prepared and work diligently. Proverbs 6 to 8 reads, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest." The sluggard, meaning the slothful, slow, and lazy person, is addressed in Proverbs 6. We need to reflect on ourselves and acknowledge if we have been lazy or lackadaisical in our ways and attitude. After acknowledging, we usually go to someone or a source for advice on what to do. The wise thing to do will then be to go to the right source, the Bible. Psalm 119:105 tells us that thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Indeed, the Bible is being God's word, is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. Always go to God, to the Bible, and to faithful brethren for advice and example. The important thing also is to heed that advice. It is sad when people turn to the world for advice, and it is also sad when people continue to persist in their own wrong ways and refuse to change. The Bible tells us in Isaiah 58:11 that the Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your soul in drought and strengthen your bones. You shall be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose waters do not fail. We read of God's promise of guidance, care, and comfort in His word. Indeed, we are assured of being guided properly when we turn to God for guidance instead of the world. In Proverbs 6:7, we read that the ant has no guide, overseer, or ruler. Thus, the ant is self-driven, motivated, and can work without supervision or reminder of what to do. Are we motivated to work hard for the Lord without being told to do so? Or we have to be rebuked and reminded time and time again of our commitment to the Lord? Being self-driven is so important in church work, whereby initiative is very important as well. We see what needs to be done, and where there is a gap that needs to be filled, we do it willingly and do it to the best of our ability. If you have observed the ants working together to carry food away, whether it be a grain of rice or a small piece of meat, they come together and seem to work seamlessly. Remember, they work without supervision, and maybe they even work better than one who is under a leader. Thus, we all need to take the initiative and not wait to be told what to do. In Proverbs 6:8, we read of the need to be prepared and to work diligently. The ant prepares ahead. The ant provideth her meat in the summer. The ETH gives us an idea of an ongoing process. Thus, the ant constantly prepares for the current situation, the harvest months, but also the winter months. We see of diligence and of planning ahead. Not only does the ant prepare ahead, but it works diligently. Actually, have you really seen ants resting? they always seem to be moving around and doing something, isn't it? They always seem to be busy with something. That's how hardworking and diligent they are. It is a reminder for us to work hard and not be lazy. There are consequences which follow. Proverbs 13:4 tells us that the slow of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the slow of the diligent shall be made fat. And Proverbs 10:4 says, He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. A wise person prepares ahead and works diligently throughout. There is a need for planning, just like in the course of discipleship as mentioned by Jesus in Luke 14:28 to 33. Not only must there be planning, there must be diligence throughout and not delay in working. Jesus said, My meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. John 4:34. He also said in John 9:4, I must work the works of him that sent me. While it is day, the night cometh when no man can work. What is one important thing we have to prepare ourselves for? Judgment Day and eternity in heaven, isn't it? We remember the parable of the 10 virgins, whereby 5 were well prepared and 5 were not prepared. We don't want to be like the unprepared virgins. Thus, there is a need to be prepared and a need to labor. Through His Word, God has given us commandments, principles, advice, and good and bad examples. We have learned from Proverbs 6 to 8 of the need to be wise in going to the right source for advice and good example, and to follow the advice and examples. We have also learned of the need to be motivated and self driven, such that we take the initiative always. Finally, we have seen of the need to prepare ahead and to work diligently. May we always strive to be hardworking and profitable servants of the Lord. Have a great week ahead. Goodbye.